Welcome to Living Life with James, the podcast where real stories and real conversations help us to make sense of life. From personal journeys to expert advice, each episode gives you something useful, whether it's a new way to think about things, a helpful tip, or just a reminder that you're not in this alone. Let's keep growing, keep connecting, and keep living life together. What's up, everyone? Here's another episode of Living Life with James. Today, I have Sensei Christian Steinstra here with us.
Hi, guys.
Christian is the lead instructor and manager at Scottsdale Martial Arts Center. I am excited and honored to have him here because he's going to give us a little demonstration, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to talk about mental health and how martial arts affects mental health. So stay tuned as we start to talk about that. But first, I would love for Sensei Christian to give us a little martial arts demonstration just to pull you in if you're intrigued, if you're interested. And he's going to do what's called a kata. So Sensei Christian, give us a little taste.
Perfect.
Sensei Christian is not only a black belt, but he's won so many awards in the USA Karate World Federation. And he's also been on the USA Karate Martial Arts Olympic team. Watching this, Sensei Christian is just intense, powerful. I get chills watching you doing this. I mean, he's so amazing, and you can just feel the strength as you're doing this. You can feel your level of expertise and how many years he's been doing this. It's the only word that comes to mind when I watch you do this is powerful.
Thank you.
I want to know from you, when you're doing these katas, when you're in the moment, What is it like for you?
Personally, I kind of like to get into it. For everyone, it's a little bit different. Me, I like to picture that I'm actually in a fight. Like, as I'm doing each motion, that's why understanding what each move is so important for me, because I like to know exactly what I'm doing, and as I'm going through it, boom, I'm actually striking, grabbing, striking again. I want to know what each motion is. That way, as I'm going through, boom, I feel the motion, I feel the hips in each motion, and I'm getting that drive through.
You know, I'm jumping in just because I want to say, as you're saying that, what's clear to me is mindfulness. And I often talk about that in therapy, and I'm hearing you say, from your hips to your arms, the breathing, I'm in it, he's saying, you're mindful.
That, the intention of it. Every move is intention, that's a word I like to use a lot with the kids, is that intention. Everything you throw, what's your intention behind it? Why are you grabbing? Why are you doing this? Why are you breathing?
That's why I wanted to talk to Sensei Christian. I feel like there's so many life lessons that go into this. And I've had the honor to watch him interact with his younger students and adult students, and the life lessons, not just the physical movement, but what you're kind of training them. And like you said, the intention behind it, the breath work behind it, the theory and practice behind it.
Yeah.
I guess I'm wondering, as you're thinking about this, how would you say, or tell us maybe the benefits of martial arts, doing kata, practicing this, what are the benefits with mental health?
So I'd say a lot of levels there. If you're just talking focus, happiness, those ones, just physical activity. There's so many different studies on it and how much physical activity helps with mind-body connections, all of that stuff. But on top of the focus, as you're doing these motions, you're using both arms, right? And I'm doing cross body here, all this kind of stuff. I'm engaging both sides of my brain here. And just that alone, you have to think about it. And if I have to think about it, I'm having to focus on it. So in a world filled with social media and all this stuff where there's constant distractions, anytime that I can take away and I can get rid of anything that's distracting me, and I'm just focused on exactly what my body's doing, that's focus for me.
Amazing, Christian. Can you tell us a little bit about how you feel doing martial arts and practicing for yourself and teaching others, how it affects someone's confidence, someone's self-esteem?
I mean, again, same thing. Social media nowadays has affected confidence huge for people. There's this constant comparison. There's this constant, like, you see the best parts of everybody's lives, and our lives aren't perfect. It's like all you see is the best of everybody else's. When you're here, you kind of get a separation from that. You kind of get this idea of we're all imperfect. You see everybody training. You see everybody making mistakes. There might be some people a little bit ahead of you here, there, all of that. But for me, especially with like the competition team and stuff, we watch a lot of video of like these people doing it at the world level, so they get to see that. And it's how do we take that and go, instead of comparing ourselves, what can we take from it? And that's what we try to do with everyday life too with the kids. Hey, I see this person, they seem really confident. I like that. I don't want to be them. I don't want that from them. But like, what can I take? They roll their shoulders back, the way they carry themselves.
How would you speak to thinking about intention?
Mm-hmm.
How would you speak to someone that may carry anxiety in their worlds, and how martial arts could help with that?
Again, I was raised in a dojo. I like lived with my sensei at one point. Like, I was raised here. My big thing is this is kind of a safe place. When I come in here, we do a little bit of breathing at the beginning of the class where we sit down, we focus on just inhale, exhale, and that beginning at that part at the beginning, we're trying to get to a point called mushin, which just means empty mind. And then as you go into training, it's letting go of all that stuff from the outside world, because there's a lot now. Elections,
Yes.
all these stresses in the world. It's nonstop. So if I can have this time that I take out of my day and I can leave that behind and I can focus on, again, improving myself, whether that's mentally, whether that's physically, both ideally. But if I can take time out of my day and just focus on bettering myself a little bit and let go of all that stuff, that's huge. Because when it's constantly weighing down on ourselves and we don't get a break from that, that's where I think the issue lies. You're always gonna have stress. That's not going anywhere. We can work to like improve that and lessen that, but it's not going anywhere. So if I can have time separated from that, that's everything.
You just said it perfectly. Say the word again for me. Say it slowly, for this idea of a blank mind.
Mushin.
Mushin.
Yes.
I remember in college, you're taking me back, we called it having this idea of a tabula rasa.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was like a blank slate.
Mhm.
But I think you hit the nail on the head, and you're saying it perfectly, with elections, with stress, with homework, with regular work, with families. If
Yep.
I can social media, if I can clear my mind
Yeah.
and have that space, that's going to affect worry, stress, anxiety.
Yes.
You really just gave us a little tip and a tool that I think we can take home with us.
That's all I do. I come here, I mean, this place is empty right now, and I come here all the time when it's empty, and I just start working.
Yeah.
Not necessarily focus on like, I need to fix this kata, I need to do this. Just, if I can have some time with just body motion, leave my thoughts outside the door, just have some time for just intentional, by myself, me time. I need me time.
That's amazing that you have this for yourself. People need to have that for themselves. People need to incorporate this into their lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Tool tip from Sensei Christian. We often get caught up in anxiety, stress, worry, day-to-day life. And right now, Lord knows there's a lot happening in our worlds. I always like to talk about movement, getting us from out of our minds into our body, this whole concept of reconnecting, resetting ourselves, grounding. And I'm wondering, Sensei Christian, can you maybe teach me and viewers a move that we can do to kind of help us get out of our brains into our bodies, not just a little exercise, but
Yeah.
this whole idea of kind of challenging ourselves and dealing with anxiety?
Yeah.
What's some movement we can do?
Absolutely. We're gonna come back here a little bit. All right, feet apart, nice and relaxed here. Arms nice and loose. We're gonna pull them back, and we wanna pull our elbows all the way back and squeeze our shoulder blades together back there. Beautiful. Take one arm, reach all the way out, and at the last second, rotate that hand over. And we're gonna focus on that for right now. So as we go forward and rotate, forward and rotate. And as you feel better about that, in your head, kind of picture what that perfect punch looks like. Again, being intentional about everything, setting it right on that same exact spot every time. Boom. Intentional, all the way to the last little bit. Start slow, finish fast. Start slow, finish fast. And now rotate the hips a little bit. And now we're engaging our lower body, our upper body. One. And again, the entire time, picturing what this perfect punch looks like. I'm big on visualization, and if I can visualize what perfect looks like, then I'm one step closer to it. If I can't visualize what it looks like correctly, in my mind, it just doesn't work as well. So if I can visualize exactly where that punch is going, exactly what my body looks like the whole way through.
I'm gonna watch you do this. Let's see this live and in action, and this is what people can practice.
So you're here, right down the center of body. 1. Again, every single time, let the hips flow. Whoom, whoom, whoom. Every single time, making sure everything about that punch is perfect. Right to the center of the body, shoulders nice and square, but always relaxed.
What is happening to the body when you do this?
So the big part is, I call it kind of like your apex point. It's where everything locks. My breath stops, my hand stops, everything stops together right there. If I'm too late, that's not right. If I breathe through it, oh, that's not good. I want everything to tighten in as one and then relax as one. Never hold that tension. And then you're back to relaxed again. Shoulders are down, everything's loose. Tight for that split second, but that's it.
So it's helping breathing. It's helping your not only physical movement, it actually helps emotion, your mental state, your emotional state. There's
Correct.
so many things that are happening in these movements.
Yes. And again, for the focus part of it, if I have to focus on my breathing, my body motions, then I'm not focused on other stuff. I'm just focused on the idea of improving my breathing, improving body structure, hip motion, because you use your hips for everything. You use your core for everything. So if I'm improving my core here, it's just going to help my everyday, day-to-day life.
Thank you. Everyone, listen, Sensei Christian is absolutely amazing. If you have any questions, if you're interested in any lessons with him, links will be in the bottom of the page. Follow up. You could connect with Sensei Christian.
Love to see you guys.
He's a great instructor. He's a great man. He's a altogether great person.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Want to be a guest on Living Life with James? If you got a story or a message that you feel can inspire or help others, message me through my website or DM me on Instagram. I'd love to connect.